You're not as important as you think you are, and I'm talking about myself. I've been practicing almost 33 years. I've learned this lesson. I'm not that important. People came because they know they need something. My job is not to talk them into it. My job is just to do an exam, come up with an appropriate diagnostic plan, tell it to my TC, and then wish them well. That's it. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another episode of your 5-Minute Friday. I'm your host, Dr. Glenn Krieger, and I'm here to tell you, I'm going to give you one simple tip, no matter who you are, to increase your case acceptance literally immediately. And best of all, you not only don't have to do anything, you have to do less. How do you not want that? So here's the thing. You're an orthodontist. You worked hard to get to where you are. You're a respected member of the community. Your name is on the door and on the building. People come to see you. They make a part of their day just for you to come see you as a new patient. So you must be really important, right? You're way more important than your TC. Did you detect my sarcasm? Here's the thing. The overwhelming majority of orthodontists spend far too much time in the consult room using their hands and drawings and models and demonstrations and simulations and talking to patients about all the dental terms they can throw out. And before you know it, 15 minutes has gone by. And you know what happens to your case acceptance? It goes down. Ask anybody who's ever taught case acceptance. And by the way, I've taught case acceptance for literally over 2 decades around the globe. The longer you personally, yes, you listening, the longer you are in the room, the lower your case acceptance will be. You hired a TC, now trust them. Do not micromanage. If you're a micromanager, we have an altogether different discussion, not just about how you run your office, but your quality of life. And don't sit there and tell me you love doing clin checks, and you love doing remote monitoring management, and you love managing all the financial, accounts in your practice, and you love following up personally with all the patients who are overdue on treatment. That's called micromanagement. Those went out in the, maybe let's call it the 80s, 90s at worst, right? You need to be delegating. And so delegation means leaving the freaking treatment consult room. Your new patient's there, you walk in the room and you say hi. And you don't talk about the football game, and you don't talk about the local high school, and you don't talk about education or the weather or anything else. You turn to your TC and you look at them and say, "So, Susie, what have you guys been talking about?" And then she gives you, or he gives you, a very quick recap in less than 20 seconds of what they've spoken about. And you say, "Great. Do you mind if I take a quick peek at your images?" And you look at the x-rays and the photos. Then you do your exam, and then you sit them up, put them back in their chair and say, "Great, good news. This is a case I can treat very easily, or not, perhaps. And here's what needs to happen. Blah, 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 blah. Here's how much time I think it'll take. And aside from the financial questions that Susie here will take care of for you, what questions do you have for me?" And most of the time, there are none. And that's your cue to stand up, shake their hand, and tell them you can't wait to look forward to treating them, and you wish them the best. Get up, leave the room, and that whole process should take about 5 minutes. 5 minutes, Glenn? I can't do an exam in 5 minutes. That's crazy. Yes, you can, and you will. The future of your practice and your pocketbook depends on it. Here's a secret. You're not as important as you think you are, and I'm talking about myself. I've been practicing almost 33 years. I've learned this lesson, okay? I'm not that important. People came because they know they need something. My job is not to talk them into it. My job is just to do an exam, come up with an appropriate diagnostic plan, tell it to my TC, and then wish them well. That's it. That shouldn't take you but 5 minutes in most cases. Sure, you have your really challenging interdisciplinary, and sure, you've got your adult treatment, you've got your surgical cases, you've got your phase ones, which can be very confusing at times. But you probably don't do more interdisciplinary and adult surgical and all the weird stuff than I do. And yes, sometimes it takes me 10 or 15 minutes, but I'm not in the room for 30 or 40 minutes at any given moment, all right? And the cases that I'm there longer, the price is going up. If I have to sit there and explain your case to you over 15 or 20 minutes, there's probably a complexity there that's going to warrant a 5-figure treatment plan. Okay, so tomorrow, your goal is to go into your office, or today, if you're listening to this on your way to work, and I want you to spend 5 minutes or less in your consults. And then, at the end of the day, watch what happens to your treatment plan. Trust your TC, empower them to do what they have to do to close the case, and your job is just not to mess it up. All right? You're going to hear a lot of that at Summit. I hope you registered. Go to opsummit2025.com to get so many more pearls like this that'll make your life easier, not more challenging, make you more money, not less, and lower your stress, not add to it. Much love to each and every one of you and wishing you a wonderful, wonderful day.